So I was having a chat the other day with a friend, and we were talking about the impact that distraction has on society. And it was a bit of a deep chat. But anyway, we were talking about how so distracted we are right now as a society from social media, our smartphones, to Netflix, YouTube, the news, shit TV shows, whatever it is you're distracted with, and everyone is distracted. I'm distracted. He's distracted. You're watching this. You're distracted. Um, and I was thinking about this quite hard just earlier today, and that's why I wanted to make this YouTube video. I've not planned this really in any way other than the topic that I want to talk about, and that's distraction as a whole. The ability to focus on something, right? And it occurred to me that over the last few years, I've had I've had instances of success in my life. Now, whilst I'm a very, very long way off from reaching the goals I want to reach, particularly financially, I have had success over the last few years. And that's things like my relationship, buying a house, going traveling, seeing the world, things like that, really. I suppose societal success, right? What society, you go to school, you go to university, etc. You buy a house, get a job. That's what society says is success, right? It's not, of course, but that's what society depicts to us. Most people, would be happy with that kind of thing. So yeah, you could say I've had some success in the last few years. And it occurred to me that one of the reasons why I have had that success, in fact, probably the main reason, is through starting my own business. But what I've done is, and how I've managed to do that is because I've been better at not being distracted. I've been better at focusing on certain things that obviously drive me towards that overarching goal, right? And for years and years and years, I was a distracted person, going from job to job, distraction. I was gambling, distraction. I was in debt. I was trying, if you can think of a side hustle, right? You name it, I've done it. Drop shipping, Amazon FBA, affiliate marketing, bloody filling in surveys to make a few quid here and there, buying and selling stuff. Like, I have done so many side hustles, right, that I've lost count. Has one of them taken off? Have they? Fuck. Because I'm going from side hustle to side hustle to side hustle. I've tried it for 3 months. I've gone, oh, why isn't this working? Why have I not made money yet? When in reality, I've not sat down for 8 hours a day working on something like it's a job. I've been distracted. I've gone from side hustle to side hustle, from job to job, from money maker to money maker. Of course, I'm not going to make money doing that. Of course I'm not. I'm not treating it like a job, like a business. I'm not treating it seriously. So the reason why I wanted to do this video is because I think it's so important these days that people need to realize, and people do know, how distracted you are, right? But I want to kind of get people to realize that the impact that's having on your life. If you're someone watching this and you're stuck in a rut, you're in debt, you're not achieving your goals, or you're nowhere near to achieving your goals, you're in a 9 to 5 you hate, you can't start that business you want to start, whatever your goal is, whatever situation you are in life, if you're not happy with it, you need to do something about it. And the reason you're not doing anything probably is because you're distracted. You don't have the ability to focus on a task for a period of time. So that's really all I wanted to say. Nothing too profound. I haven't really got too much advice other than you're not going to get anywhere in life and achieve what you want to achieve unless you can focus on one thing and one thing only. Even if it's just for a year. A year is such a short space of time in someone's life that you could change your life in a year. When I literally stopped jumping from job to job, task to task, and focused on my business, and in fact, right, I still get distracted. I'm not perfect. I'm not a human. And if I didn't get distracted, I'd be lying. And I'd be a lot fucking further ahead than I am. But I have regularly, in the last few weeks, I've had people message me and go, oh, do you want to start this business with me? Or I see you're doing this. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? And I've gone, no. Because I used to say yes. I used to go, oh yeah, could do that. Now, I just say to them, no. Point blank, no. I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on my goal. This is my vehicle of achieving financial freedom, which is what I want to achieve as quickly as possible. And if anything else is not that or will not help me reach that goal, I'm saying no to it. So if you're someone, as I said, who has a goal, has a similar goal, whatever it is, and you want to achieve something in life, but you're getting distracted by Netflix, you're getting distracted by the news, you're getting distracted by TikTok and watching what the latest celebrity gossip is, I'm afraid to say you're screwed. You're not going to achieve it if you're getting distracted by those things. And the other thing is, it fills your mind with all this shit. You wake up in the morning, you pick up your phone, you start scrolling, and the first thing you see is which celebrity has broken up with who? What's bloody Trump done in America? What's Keir Starmer done in the UK? What's that person done in wherever it is who stabbed who? There's just negativity, crime. There's just shit everywhere online, and you're consuming it subconsciously because the smartest people in the world are literally employed by Facebook, by Meta, by all these platforms to get you to scroll. Did you know the same people, so I've heard, by the way, this is just a rumour, but the same people who are behind slot machines at casino, which are so addictive, the same brains are behind the reason why you're scrolling on TikTok. It mimics this action, right? So have a think about that. So if you can't sit down for a period of time, first thing in the morning, before consuming any shit in your mind, if you can't sit down and focus on one thing that's going to help you reach your goals in life, I'm afraid you're always going to be distracted and you're always going to be where you are. So look, I know that's a bit of a rant and I'm waffling on, but I thought it was important. And to be honest, I didn't know what else to say. I didn't have a plan for this video. I just knew I wanted to talk about distraction and focus and the impact it's having because it's an important topic. So just put down your phone. Apart from watching me, of course, but put down your phone, turn off your phone, don't scroll. Focus on one thing and one thing only for, even if it's 4 hours a day, right? There's literally a book called The One Thing by Gary Keller. I recommend you read it. And it talks about doing your one thing, eat the frog task for 4 hours a day before anything else. Because if you can do that, anything else you do after that in the day is redundant. It doesn't matter. So try it out and just basically put your phone down. Anyway, cheers then.